Train Manager gameplay. I am currently playing the game Train Manager, and I've departed all of my trains, but I have a few new ones that I purchased, and I have to give them new routes. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So this is my map right over here. I bought a high capacity train, and it's going to be coming out of this town. The first thing you do is you're going to look. You see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 routes over here heading west, and it looks like 2 heading east. And it's showing me 1, 2, 3, 4, couple going south, 1 going north. Looks like there's a couple going east. So it looks like I can do a lot of routes here. And unfortunately, the game doesn't make it easy to set up the routes. So I'm looking at the southern routes. I've got this line coming down this way and across, and another one coming south down to, sorry, I can't see what city that is. So I'm going to check again. And then I've got this, okay, so I've got 2 going south. And they cross over there. So that's one of them. And this one doesn't go all the way. Maybe there's a route that goes to here. Okay, so I got this route 710 kilometers. I don't know if it goes further. It's possible that it might go into Chicago. So I see I got a line over here. It says track 56. And I can do the distance. And it looks like it goes direct. And I can do 15 stops. So I'm going to check track 56. And it looks like I've already got a line, which is this orange line. But it doesn't go all the way to Chicago. I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to try to do another route, because I want to get this one that goes down here. This is so over here it gives you 2 choices. You can click on the track down below to switch between the 2. But unfortunately, neither of these is the line that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a different line. This says track 82. Actually, you know what? That might have been the line. It's just coming down here on the purple is what I'm looking for. So that was actually correct. So I'm going to go out to, was it here? And I'm going to choose the other track. That was the line I'm looking for. It's 937 kilometers. Everything's good. I'm going to make it pink. Create the route. You see, there it is. It does overlap with another line. No big deal. And I'm going to depart it. And then I'm going to go to Yarded, and I'm going to check Columbus. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines over here. Looks like there's another line. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got this other line going up. Got this one that goes to Chicago. 838, I can do it. Just going to check what I already have coming out of Columbus. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, it doesn't make it really clear how many lines, how many trains I actually have running. It says connecting tracks 5. I see Columbus location, Columbus, and then Columbus. It's so difficult, unfortunately. Okay, so we got one going directly north. Okay, I think it's the one going directly north that I am missing. It's a short line. It's only 200 kilometers, but it's got a lot of passengers on it. I think I'm going to run a different train, because this is a high capacity train. I'm going to move this train to somewhere else, and I'm going to put a smaller train on that line. So we got New York City over here. We've got 3 going north and a bunch going south. Got the one for Long Island. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 going south. And it looks like, no, maybe not. Looks like looks like I can do another line going south, which will be down to here. I have no idea if it's duplicating a line or not. You know what? It doesn't matter because I got a ton of people. But I'm not happy with this route. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to try a different route. I'm going to run it on an already existing route that has a long range. You know, I might have to move this one also. 633. It's got 41,000 demand, which is really good. Checking how many people at all these stops. I'm going to run this over here because it's probably going to bring in some good money. $371,000, that's pretty good. Gonna go back to this other one, and I'm just gonna run it on a long route, which looks like this one here. This one's got 15,000 demand. This one's got 21,000. I'm gonna run it on the one with 21,000, which means I'm going to have more than one train, but there's enough demand that they'll be fine. Okay, so I need to buy some electricity. And then I am going to depart the trains. Okay, so I've got 27 million. It's not enough to buy any trains, because the trains I buy are more expensive than that. And I can't buy any more trains because I'm at full capacity. So I'm going to look at a low capacity train. I've got this one. It's only 200 passengers at Billings. And the key is I'm going to sell it, but I got to remember to buy a new one and put it at Billings. So we're going to look at Billings. Which is over here. Looking for the length of the line. I'm guessing it is, yeah, it's a short line. So the key is that the line probably has a high demand, right? It's such a pain to figure out all this information. This is what I'm going to do. You see it says in service. I'm going to take it out of service. When it's out of service, I'll be able to sell it and replace it. So I can't really do it right now. So I'm going to go to my yard and I'm going to look for the other one, which is Amarillo. Go to Amarillo, and then you zoom out. You see it's also a short line. It's this one right here. So another situation where I don't know what the demand is, I am going to take it out of service, and then I will sell it. So then I'm going to buy a new one. I'm going to go to order. You only need to go 200 kilometers. So this is the capacity. So we're going to scroll down to the bottom. These are the low capacity trains. This is the one I'm running right now. So basically what I want is a higher capacity train that will do the distance. This one's higher capacity. I want it to be sorted by price, because I don't want to buy one that's too expensive. Actually, I will do based on capacity. I'm going to scroll all the way down. Okay, so this is the low capacity vehicle that I'm trying to replace. Everything above it is higher capacity. And as you go up, the capacity goes higher and higher and higher. So this one's 3.5 million, and it's got the range. That one's 6 million, here's a 5 million. It's got the range and a good capacity. So I could buy the one that's 5 million, and I could double my capacity, and it will be within the range. Or obviously I could buy the 8.5 million and get the higher capacity and have it also be within the range. So this is sorted by capacity. Okay. So can't buy those trains. I could buy this one over here, which is 890 passengers. It's kind of expensive. This one's only 600 passengers. They're all going to be within the demand probably for the line. I'm going to have to check what the demand is when the vehicle is parked. Unfortunately, I can't really buy anything right now. I need to earn some cash. It's going to take me a week to earn some cash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to look at my fleet and look at the low capacity trains. Like we got the 350. I got 13 of them. I got to sell all of those trains and upgrade them to higher capacity trains. They bring in more money. This vehicle has an issue with the amount of electricity and the range. And it should be able to do a long route, but the problem is you got to keep the electric consumption under the 190,000 kilowatt hours total. In order to reroute it, I'm going to have to pause it. I'm going to have to stop the train, take it out of service. So when it gets to the destination, it's going to be taken out of service, and then I'm going to review the stops, and I'm going to try to remove the stops that are closer to, or whatever I think it brings in less income. And I'm going to calculate the 1,733 kilometers based on the consumption, which says 180 kilowatt hours per kilometer, and you multiply that by the number of kilometers, and it's got to be under 190,000. Otherwise, I won't be able to depart the train. And I'm going to go through all of the stations and make sure that there's a lot of passengers and that they are bringing in a lot of money, because as you can see, it's not bringing in a lot of money. And the number of passengers over here is way too low. Over here there was 500, over here there's only 342, and I don't know why. So I'm going to have to test that to figure out. I'm going to pull up my calculator. It's 1733. Still waiting for the calculator. 1733 times 180. 311,000. That's way above the 190. So there must be something about this line. It must not be really doing that distance. There's just no way. It says 1733. I don't know. I'll have to review that. But it is a pain to figure out how to calculate the range for this vehicle because of the electrical consumption. It's so high. So, so all I can do right now is pause these vehicles. Look at how many I got to pause. I don't want to do all of them because it's just too many vehicles. So I'll do the one from New York City. I will where is the option to pause it? I guess I'll have to use the locate option. It's actually Washington to New York City. So I'm going to take this one out of service. I don't understand why it's delayed. And obviously it does the distance, but the track might extend. So I might be able to get a train that goes a longer distance. And I'm going to check the income. Got to scroll it all the way to the bottom. Only makes 80,000. Not a lot of money. My big trains do 421,000. So I am going to pull this one out, or maybe run another train parallel and compare the two and see if the higher capacity trains make more money, or if the faster trains make more money, etc. That's all I'm going to do for this video. I'm going to have to wait until those trains arrive at the station before I can sell them or change the routes. And I've already departed. I got 130 trains. It takes like 3 hours before they all arrive at the station. So I'm going to have to do that in a future video. This is Train Manager gameplay. If you have any questions or comments, you can go to my discussion forum, which is right here. You go to the Transportation Management Games and look for Train Manager, or you can search for it in the search box, and you'll see different tips and any information that I use when I make future videos. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.